What's up, guys? I have no idea where I'm going with this. I just know that I haven't posted anything in 3 weeks and I need to post something right now or this channel is going to go to hell. Like, literal hell. It's going to be shit. And I don't even know. I know there are so many things that I want to talk about, but somehow I don't know how to sort of purvey them on this channel. And I still have no idea what I want this channel to be. And I know I'm only 6 videos in, but it's frustrating. And because as I said, there's so many things that I want to talk about, but I'm not sure if I can talk about them here. But then again, it's my channel, so I can talk about whatever I want. But then again, I want the channel to be a certain something, so then I can't talk about anything I want, and it's confusing. So I don't know. What I wanted to do with this video is just fuck it, just talk about everything that's on my mind right now, and just be a bit more personal, I guess, than I have been in the latest videos. Just talking about shit that I want to do or whatever. Not the heavy shit like I want to change my life and everything, but short-term shit that I want to do because I'm not doing it and I want to. And that's sort of a theme, right? Like right now there are so many things that I want to do and it's sort of like I'm frozen. I'm just stuck here and I'm not doing any of them. So I thought, fuck it, the best thing to get out of that is to just talk about it. And just to talk about, things a bit more in detail, just funny stories and stuff like that. Because for one thing, with my thesis, like I have to do interviews with people about a topic. So I have to interview a bunch of different people, and then in case you don't know how this works, when you do an interview, I voice record it. So I record it with my microphone, and then afterwards I can listen to it back, and then I'll have to transcribe the whole thing, which means just writing out literally everything that's said. And I sort of fucked up because I have this beautiful microphone that I can use to record all of this in great quality, but then at the very first interview that I did, I didn't really know how to set it up yet, so I didn't bring it with me. So I went to the interview and I didn't have the microphone, so I was sitting there and I thought like, oh shit, I have to record this and I don't have a microphone with me. So what do I do? And I thought, okay, well, I'll just record it with the microphone that's on my laptop because I have that with me. So I did. I recorded it with the microphone on my laptop, and now the voice quality is absolutely shit. It sucks. It's so bad. Now, I've done 4 interviews after that with the microphone, and they were all great sound, so I could transcribe them pretty easily. But that first video or audio, it's so shit. It's so awful. A lot of the times, I can't even hear what the guy I'm interviewing is saying. Like, it's so muddled. So I can hear a voice. I know he's saying something, but I have no idea what he's saying, and I have to transcribe this. So I'm just sitting there like I'm listening to the same seconds over and over, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue what this guy is talking about, and I'm not good enough at editing audio or whatever to make it listenable so I can listen to it. It's just awful. And I find it very depressing that all the other videos, I transcribe them, audio, whatever, I transcribe them completely, and I just have to check them one more time and then they're done. But that first fucking video is still, it's haunting me. Like, I've transcribed maybe half of it, but just the idea of starting to work on that again is just draining. It sucks. And I'm not really going anywhere with this. I just need to talk about it and get it out of my system. I think it's true for a lot of these things. Like, it's been mulling in my head and I have trouble talking about that with people. I need to unleash the rage sometime. So I find just talking about these things, it's helping me already. Because as I said, I dread going to that stupid audio file of the first interview that it's completely my fault that it's messed up, but still it sucks, and I dread the idea of going back to that and having to listen to it over and over and over again. And so what you end up doing is just not going back to it at all. Like, I can go back to it and start working on it, but then I've listened to only 3 minutes of the audio, and I'm exhausted. It's really that bad. It might be difficult to imagine, but it really is. It's annoying to listen to the same thing over and over and think to yourself, like, what is he saying at this point? And I thought about cutting all of that out, just doing the things that I can hear. But sometimes I can hear certain stuff, and then I listen to it again later, and then I do understand like what he's saying, something I didn't understand before. Now I understand what he's saying. So I don't want to cut it all out, because that's a pretty big part of the interview. It's like the entire interview. So I can't do that. Okay, I need to just do it in very, very small sections. Like, just tell myself, okay, now I have to transcribe 1 minute. 1 minute of this audio. There's only like about 12 minutes left that I have to do. I did all the other stuff. And just 12 minutes left. So just tell myself, do 1 minute, do it right now. Just after the minute, you're done. If you want to go on, you can go on. But if you don't want to go on, you did the 1 minute, you're done, you're free. You can work on other shit, like on the project that's not this horrible. So that's, I don't know, that's what I have to do, I guess. But I needed to get it out of my system, just to be able to see how I have to handle this. It's like going for a walk. You just have to get all of it out of you, and then it sort of becomes clear what you have to do. It's not that muddled. It's not that big of a mess in your head anymore. So that's what this part was for. I am very sorry to whoever had to listen to all of this. But moving on to other sections, because that is done. What I find is there's a lot of other things, like in my free time, that I want to do, and that I don't really know how to do them yet, or how to get as much excitement from them as I used to. And this is like one thing that I want to hit on in particular, is with playing guitar. Like, I really do like playing guitar, but at the moment it just feels like sort of going through the motions. Sometimes I'm working on a song and I like the song and I like learning it. I want to learn it, only it doesn't give me any real satisfaction anymore, just working on that, and I don't know why. And that's really annoying, because then I'll grab the guitar, but it will just be sort of a mindless thing, like I don't know what to do. I guess I'll play guitar. Like, this will give me fulfillment, but it sort of half does. It doesn't suck completely. It just doesn't give me the fulfillment that I was used to in learning new songs. So I thought of something. I thought this has to change. I think what I'm missing is sort of a goal in general, like a goal of learning one song and repeating that song over and over and over until you've learned it. That's not for me. That's not the way I work. What's much better for me is just trying to learn like 3 or 4 different songs at the same time. Switch it up. Don't just keep playing the same song over and over again. Try to learn different songs and try to truly learn them, and have them, and this is very important to me at least, have them in a sort of log where I can keep track of the songs that I've learned, right? Like, one song that I was learning was Zombie by the Cranberries, and I know pretty much all of it, but there are certain sections that keep changing. So it's difficult having to learn each and every one of them, because each and every one is different. Whereas things like the chorus, that's always the same, right? So I just have to memorize that, and that just takes a lot of time. So what I have to do, and this is something that I stupidly keep forgetting, I only just remembered it now just talking about it, but I have to just write them out in tab form. Even if tab form, they say it sucks, but it's very useful. So just write those licks that I have trouble with, just write them down, and and just learn them. Just try them out every now and again. Because now I learn guitar by playing Rocksmith on the PlayStation, which is an awesome tool to learn guitar, but I want to learn these songs like in my mind. I want to be able to play them without any assistance, just pick up the guitar and be able to play Zombie, but then I'll need to learn those parts from my head. I need to write them down. I need to have them somewhere where I can pick them up at any time that I want, and I don't have to start up the PlayStation with Rocksmith to do that. So that's another thing I want to do. And I don't know, an amazing idea I had with Rocksmith that I think is going to work really well for me is I used to love the Rock Band series. Like I still do, by the way. I love the Rock Band series on the PlayStation, and they would have a bunch of songs. They would have like on the disc there would be like 86 songs, and they would be categorized by difficulty. So you had warm up, apprentice, solid, moderate, stuff like that. It all went up until in the end you had impossible. And that's sort of a nice difficulty curve, and that's an idea that really attracted me was I want to do the same thing with Rocksmith, because it's what I'm really missing with Rocksmith is just having them categorized in the difficulty. Because then I would be able to say like, oh, these are the easiest songs, and I'm gonna learn them all. I'm gonna learn all these easy songs, and then I'll have completely mastered every song in this category. I'll have completely mastered that category. And I'm really missing that in Rocksmith because it's just a song list. Like it doesn't have any categorization whatsoever, or at least not like that. So what I plan to do was actually to take that Rock Band difficulty classification, like warm up, apprentice, solid, moderate, challenging, nightmare, impossible. I think those are sort of the categories. So you have about 7 categories of difficulty, and then just take a bunch of songs that I really like and start placing them in these categories. Just make a list of about 50 songs that I really like that I want to learn, place them in the categories based on difficulty, and keep this really easy. Don't go into this perfectionism shit like everything has to be in the perfect category. Just put them in categories, and if it looks anything remotely good, like if it looks like a 5, like you would get just a passing grade for it, that's good enough. Stop right there. So put it in there, and then just start learning those songs based on the difficulty, starting with the easiest ones and then working my way up and up and up. And in the end I'll hit a plateau at that time, but I'll have learned a lot of songs, and it's a fun way for me to learn. It's a way for me to learn that really works. That's a way with guitar that I really like to play guitar. And that's something that it will get the enthusiasm, like the fulfillment in playing guitar. I'm trying to get that back by doing something like this, something that I know I would really enjoy. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to talk about. And there's other things. I'm just gonna go all over the place here. Like I said, I have no idea where I want to go with this. No script, no nothing. Just talking. Because there's like 100 things that I wanted to talk about in the channel, and as you can see, it's been 3 weeks since I posted anything. So there's so much that I want to talk about, but then there's nothing that I really do talk about. And as I said, I'm really figuring out this project as I go along, so I don't really know what it is yet. I know I know just as little about what this project is as you do. Like it's a channel, and it's there, and sometimes there's like audio segments posted on it, and that's pretty much it. But I don't know, I graduated from posting game footage under the audio to posting absolutely nothing under the audio, just a picture. And I actually think it's an improvement, so I'm going to keep doing it. There's probably a picture under this video. But one thing that I do really want to talk about is, really, it just slipped my mind. Oh no, I waited. Okay, I know. So far with the project, I'm figuring it out as I go along. And one thing that I figured out, since we're 6 videos in now, is that so far almost at the end of every video I have something like, oh, this is something that I want to do from now on. I'm gonna do this forever. I'm gonna, from now on, every week I'm gonna look in my book a few times a week. From now on, I'm gonna go to bed at a certain time of day every day from now on, and I'm gonna do this from now on all the time. I'm gonna tell this to myself all the time. And I realized, like, this is not very good, because right now we're only 6 videos in, and I'm having a lot of trouble keeping any of those promises. So can you imagine what that's going to be like if we're like 40 videos in, and I have, at the end of every video, I say to myself, oh, this is something that I'm going to do forever from now on, like forever. And then it's like 40 things that I have to take into account every day. I have to look at the book every day and be like, oh shit, this is all the stuff that I have to do. And it's going to be fucking horrible. Like I have about 5 or 6 things that I want to work on right now, and I'm having a lot of trouble with them. So yeah, what I really want to do, and this is just the next phase of, or it's not a phase, but it's something with the project that I figured out in this video. Like, I'm not gonna end every video saying like, oh, this is something that I'm gonna do it from now on. This is very clever. I'm gonna stop doing this, or I'm gonna start doing that. Because if I do that, then can you imagine having like 100 videos? Then I'll have to do 100 things every time, and it's never gonna happen. So that has to stop like right now. So in this video, I'm not even gonna think about doing anything from now on. For now, I guess what would be a good goal is just a finite goal, so something that you can finish, so not something that I'm going to do every time from now on. So what I do want to do is, there have been so many things that I told myself like, this is something that I really have to work on. So there's the goals that I'm setting for myself, and these are short time goals. Like, these are goals that you can finish like within a few hours. So there's one thing that I want to do, and that is just all the videos that I've had so far. Just listen to them, write all the things that I'm saying in them in the book, the important stuff, write them down in the book, so that the book is up to date again, so that I don't have to stress out about still having to do all of that. So that's one thing. I can do it probably within 1.5 hours. So that's just, and let's just leave it at that. Let's not do anything more in there. Maybe just in my mind, like, getting the book up to date again, and then just scrolling through it and think like, okay, all of these goals that I set to myself, like what is going to help me the most, what is going to benefit me the most, and why am I not doing these things yet? Like, which is the one that I really can work on the best? Because so far, like, 2 of the things that really stick out to me are just listening or reading through the book like a few times a week, just reading through it, all the things that I've discovered so far, which, you know, it should be like easy peasy lemon squeezy. You just take a book and you flip it open, and then like your eyes point at the book, and then you go to the next page, and it's like, it should only take about 5 minutes, like twice a week. 5 minutes, that's 10 minutes. That I waste so many 10 minutes in my week, but somehow I can't get myself to do this. So that's one thing. And another thing that I did, like setting a certain bedtime for myself, I fucking aced that thing. Like, I did that right away the first week. It was like, okay, after this, no more electronics, and after this, I'm gonna go to bed, and it's done. And I did that in the first week, and I did that from the first week on pretty well. I mean, of course there were days where I didn't do it at all, but overall I did that pretty well. So how in the fuck do I manage to get one goal right straight away, and another goal I have so much problem with it? I don't know. It's something for another time. I'm not even gonna think about that anymore right now. It's just something that popped into my head, something that I have to take into account, but not this time, because I'm done setting these huge goals for myself. Right now, let's just focus on the things that I have to focus on right now. So that's getting that stupid interview done, which I'm gonna get done. I swear to God. One of these next videos, I'm gonna tell you that I completely finished the interview. And the other thing is just have fun again playing guitar, like one of my favorite hobbies, playing guitar, doing all that with the schedule, with the difficulties. I know I'm really gonna like that. So however that goes, I'm gonna keep you posted about all of that as well. And this has sort of been a new format for the videos, where as I said, when I start this, I have no idea where I'm going with this, but I find that, like with the thesis and that stupid interview that I have to transcribe, just talking about it sort of clears my head and allows me to see what the next step has to be. So I might start doing that more, just to get myself into action a bit more. So it's not really about the broad things of it all, like things that will work for everybody, but in the beginning it's just mostly about getting my ass into action, and then just once that's done, then on to the next step and on to the next step. Just take it in small steps and everything should be good. So yeah, that's my ramble for this video. If you made it all the way through the end, you're a fucking saint. I mean, holy shit. Thank you so much, and yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next video.